question is, can you get on Magic Arena and build a deck with no rares that has a chance at grinding out some ways to do it? So first of all, I don't know. Most people tend to go either mono red or black green and grind it out. You're looking for game ones. Game ones are where it's at if you just want to grind, because it is the easiest. So first, let's just save that. Okay. So the way to do it is every day you have tasks to do, and you can get about 1,000 gold a day just by playing for a little bit. But if you want to actually just start getting cards, what you do is you go to the constructed event and you pay 500 gold, and you keep playing until you either get 7 wins or 3 losses. So obviously your goal is 7 wins, but that is not your real goal. Your real goal is to get 4 wins before you lose 3 times. So you need to go 4-2 before you go to your next round. That's the minimum that you have to do. You got to go 4-2, and then everything else is gravy from there. 500 gold to enter. 4 wins get you your 500 gold back, as you see on the top there, and you also get 3 cards. One of them is a guaranteed rare and 2 uncommons, and your uncommon cards have a 15% chance of being upgraded to a rare or a mythic. So oftentimes you're going to get good money cards. You do this 3 or 4 times a day and your collection starts to grow. Also, 1 pack is equal to 1,000 gold. So you cannot spend any money and still get a lot of packs. If you do this every day, in 36 days, you'll be able to buy a box of the new set that comes out. So that's why this is actually worth downloading, even if you don't want to do anything. Personally, I spend $5 a week on a draft. That's how much a draft is $5 a week. I can get into that later. As far as the decks, there's a couple of different decks you can do. I'm going to try this one because it just seems easy. 4 Llanowar Elf, 3 cast downs, which is destroy target non-legendary creature. We are going for the easier way early game, which is exploring. We have our explorer creatures in Seeker Squire and Merfolk Branchwalker. Those are the only non-rare ones that are really worth playing. There's a white one that's okay. There's another green one that's just okay. There's better cards in here. We can switch this Thrashing Brontodon, but I do like a 3/4 for 3 that can destroy an artifact or enchantment in a meta game where every deck has an artifact or enchantment that is worth destroying at some point. So, I mean, I would rather have this. The whole reason that we have the 8 Explorer is because of Wild Growth Walker. You get Wild Growth Walker down against the mono red deck. They have no choice but to throw a burn spell at it immediately. If they cannot kill it immediately, which is pretty uncommon. If you're going against the burn deck, you want to try to throw it down on like turn 4 and follow it up with an immediate Branchwalker. Again, they can still kill it, but it forces them to do it right away. Every time you explore, it gets a +1/+1 counter and you gain 3 life. So obviously against red, a 1/3 body for 2 that gains 3 life every time one of these 8 creatures comes into play is pretty stout and gives you the staying power. Brontodon, we just went over that. Price of Fame. Price of Fame is 4 mana, instant speed, kill anything, and Surveil 2. The Surveil 2 is the big one. If they play something beefy, like something that you don't like a Trostani or a Nicol Bolas or something to that effect, then it only costs 2. It costs a black and 1, which is phenomenal. Ravenous Chupacabra, I love this dude. Chups kills everything. Vine Mare is great. Most of the format is black, green, or red, blue, black, something like that. All of the removal except for Lava Coil and the mono red decks are black. That's the only removal is black. Therefore, this thing is completely busted because I mean, you just can't target it with anything. Now, the red removal, you can't do that either. But more importantly, it cannot be blocked by black creatures. So, I mean, you just get in there every turn. It's like 5/3 for 4 that can't be targeted and can't be blocked by about 30% of the format. So, I'm all in on this guy. Golgari Findbroker. Findbroker is Eternal Witness with a bigger ass. It's only permanence though. That's kind of the thing. And then I rounded out. There's a lot of other creatures. I decided to go a little bit more expensive with Vampire Sovereign. There was a rare a few years back called Siege Rhino. It was a 3/4 for a white, green, black, and 1. When it came into play, target player lost 3 life and you gained 3 life. Uh, I mean, it was obviously a very good card. Was it better than Vampire Sovereign? Yes. But Vampire, that card's not around anymore. And Vampire Sovereign is a 3/4 that drains for 3, costs 5 instead of 4, is only 1 color, so I don't have to worry about that pesky white nonsense, and it flies. So it gives us a little reach, it gives us a little evasion. Most of the time, our opponent's turn 6 play is going to be Carnage Tyrant. Carnage Tyrant is a beating. There is almost nothing this deck can do about Carnage Tyrant in its current form. It just is what it is. But by the time they get to Carnage Tyrant, a Vampire Sovereign or 2 should be enough to finish him off, because not a whole lot of people play things that can block flyers. I mean, they'll play a Shalai or something like that. But this should get there. Let's see what happens. I'm kind of stoked to see if this even works. So we're going to go to the constructed event. We're going to pay the 500 gold. And yeah, let's see if poor man's rock has a chance at anything. All right, let's play. I'm going to... Arena has also just added a direct challenge. So Marcus has downloaded it. If anybody else also downloads it, then we can actually challenge each other and play. So normally you look at this and you're like, wow, I mean, 2 lands, got a lot of stuff here. We're on the draw. We've got Explore and we can cast it all. Like, this hand is just freaking amazing. So we're gonna keep this. Let's see what our opponent does. Hopefully it's not Mountain Go. That would be unfortunate. No, not really. It's not that bad. All right, so our opponent is either playing Izzet or Drakes, which is fine. So we're going to cast this, and we've got pretty strong attacks on turn 3. So we're going to run out turn 2, Wild Growth Walker. And hopefully we draw land, but if we don't, we can surveil into 1, or explore into 1. We have the removal spell for the Drake. Hopefully we can get really aggressive. If it is the Drake deck, they don't play a lot of counter magic. They do play some removal. There's a land. It's not a bad land for what we're going for, so we'll just Wild Growth Walker. They have some kind of instant speed spell because the game stopped. That's how you know. So they either have a Lightning Strike or a counter spell. From the looks of things, they have a Lightning Strike or a Radical Idea, so they could have had that. That's good. So this is the Drake deck. The blue-red or blue-red-white control deck does not play Radical Idea at all. And the thing about Drakes, it's very explosive. What they're okay, so this is more than Drakes. With Goblin Electromancer, he is signaling that he is actually the Phoenix deck, Drakes and Phoenixes. So we're going to go ahead and Seeker Squire. We're going to make our dude bigger. Goblin Electromancer makes all of his stuff cost 1 less, so he can Lightning Strike in response. If he doesn't, then Wild Growth Walker is, in 2 turns, going to grow beyond what he can do with 1 card. So he'll have to 2-for-1 me. So he's just going to shock the Seeker there. That's Seeker Squire. That's fine. We did get a land from that. It doesn't actually do anything, so we're going to play the land that comes into play tapped. And we're going to get in there. So now we have a 2/4 that just gained us 3 life. We have a few different plays that we can do next turn. It's all going to depend on what he does. I mean, land Seeker Squire number 2 to gain another 3 life and attack for 3 is a fine play. Vine Mare is another fine play. It's going to take more than Goblin Electromancer to bring it down, and it's pretty beefy. I do need another green for that to work. I currently don't have that. Discarded a Phoenix, a radical idea. This card's very good. If he plays, most of the time you want something like Lava Coil if you're playing red, or a Vraska's Contempt if you have the ability to put in some rares to actually remove it from the game, because otherwise. All right, so this isn't bad. I am going to go for the more beefy, aggressive way of doing it. Since I drew here, we could just Vine Mare, and now we've got this huge thing. Ideally, what we want him to do is to use his mana to bring the Phoenix back and play defense with it. We'll untap, play Chupacabra on the Phoenix. He can constantly bring it back. Most of his stuff is in the form of flashback. So there's that. Oh, did he ditch another Phoenix? He did. So now he has 2 Phoenixes. Phoenix Eye, whatever they're called. And that's pretty good. Like, he's in a good position to raise. Another radical idea. Let's see if he just does something like a shock, or just another radical idea would be really good. Discovery, yeah. So now both of his Phoenixes are going to come back. And I mean, that's really good. I don't know what his plan is going to be. I don't know if he's going to try to race me or to play defense. He has a few different options. Maximize velocity. I don't know why he played that. That was a waste of a spell. He's going to get in for 9, and we're going to take our 9. We're going to love every goddamn minute of it. All right, so there's another Vine Mare. All right. There's no real use in killing that, so we're going to just smack him in the face for 9, and we're going to Vampire Sovereign and drain him. So he'll go to 6, we'll go to 17. We now have a blocker for his Phoenixes. There's not really a whole lot he can do about this. I'm feeling pretty confident in where we are. If we draw land, then we gain another 3 life and kill one of his guys, which seems phenomenal. A Lightning Coil on Vampire Sovereign would be an excellent play for him. And he's looking at the Vampire Sovereign, looking at the Wild Growth Walker. I don't know. Lightning Coil, either one would be good. He's going to Beacon Bolt, which is also good. That does take up a little bit of his mana. He cannot attack again. Well, unless he Beacon Bolts. It's very good. He'll attack for 6, put me at 11, which is fine. Choops is going to come down. It's going to move his guy out of the way, make all of his spells a little more expensive. And Vine Mare beats. And we'll pass the turn. Be interested to see what he does. If he does not play a creature and he doesn't have 5 points worth of burn, then I think he loses. Okay, so Enigma Drake Oh, he wins. So he's going to flashback, maximize velocity, and he is going to win this game. So he was able to pull it back with an Enigma Drake off the top. It had to be off the top because he would have played that much earlier. But it is good enough. So, I mean, good on him. The play there could have been to gain some life. I didn't know. I didn't put him on Enigma Drake. So that, I don't know. But again, we're just going for 4 and 2. It's not bad. And we'll go ahead and play that line. I do want to point out that the idea of a no rare deck is completely unnecessary because oh no. Hold on 1 second. My computer came unplugged there. And that was tragic. I'm actually going to move to combat. I'm not sure why that's stuck up there. And I'm going to attack with Branchwalker just to see if he blocks with Pride Mate, which he won't because he has no reason to. And he's going to gain some life and put some counters on this. I'm going to get Vinemare out here. Because, let's be honest, I'm going to kill this thing dead. Yep. That doesn't actually do much. I'm just going to go ahead and make him get rid of that. I don't want either one of those. I do want both my guys in. And bringing it to the house. He has life gain. He's not too concerned about any of this, really. What is this? Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to Everdon champion. Okay. And he makes everything a 3-3. So pretty solid. Let's go ahead and explore some. Choops. We're going to keep that there. We are going to move our 3-4 there and prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to Everdon champion. Okay. So he can infinite block forever. Yeah. So we're going to have to choop him in the face with our Cabra. What is this? Tap sacrifice, return any enchantment card. Okay. A Johnny. A Johnny's pretty stout. He's going to put some counters on some things. Yes, indeed. All right, so we draw our Chupacabra. We will play our Chupacabra on that guy. Play our land, and we are going to get in. We're going to get in with the big guys here. Actually, we're going to get in with this guy too, because why the hell not? 4 attackers. Getting in. He will kill the Vine Mirror. He will kill the Branch Walker, and he will take 5. Another Pridemate. A Legion's Landing. And he will grow both of those. Vampire Sovereign. Yeah, so we are going to just attack with everything. And our whole goal here is to get him to 3. He'll block some big guys. He'll take 3 damage. He will go to 3. How did he... How did he gain a life? Oh, because that guy had lifelink. Okay. Well, we're going to Vampire Sovereign anyway. And he'll go to 2. And I'll have 1 turn to figure this shit out with 1 card. Take Vengeance. Sounds good. I don't think that gets him there. He's looking through his graveyard for something that costs 2 or less. And he will bring back a Pridemate, but they do not have flying. So that will be the game. Pridemate, usually pretty good. He's got mythics and rares and all kinds of stuff. I, on the other hand, am just crushing puss with Vampire Sovereign. Siege Rhino in the air. And we're 1-1. Saying before, the concept of no rares is not even a thing. When you start the game, you will be, each opponent discards 2 cards. If you control a vampire, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. That's interesting. The deck you start with will have in it, and I think it's blue-green or black-green. It's one of those. As you play, your rewards, your first like 5 big rewards are decks, and so they don't intentionally, like, this game is not set up with the sole purpose of making you spend money all the time. This isn't bad. We'll try it. Secret Square is good. We are very slow though on this. All of our lands come into play tapped. Fortunately, apparently, so do they. So your rare cards though, like, I mean, lands are probably a good thing to spend them on. I mean, honestly, but I mean, you don't need to if you're playing monocolored or you're playing just 2 colors. I mean, it's not hard. You'll also pick them up. You can pick them up in drafts, so on and so forth. All right, my Wild Growth Walker is better than your Seeker Squire. He has a cast down. Good job. Bow. I have a Wild Growth Walker. Oh my god. Why did it tap it like that? Oh god, deck. Alright, so you really do need to watch out on the auto tapping. Because the auto tapping Most of the time is okay, but in the most inopportune times, it'll just screw you for no goddamn reason. Fine Finality. That's a solid rare to have, and he's going to keep it for a good reason. No, he's going to ditch it. Also just fine. So we will Seeker Squire. We will go exploring. We will keep that cast down. Grow it. Yeah, I'm going to attack. He's going to double block. I'm going to kill his Branch Walker. Oh, or they're just going to bounce off of each other. That's fine. Seeker Squire number 2 for our opponent. He found his 4th land. Congratulations, opponent. And I'm actually just going to bring the noise here. He knows I have the cast down. And he's going to take his 5. And we'll pass the turn. Karn. Yeah. Yeah, that's Karn. He's going to go looking. And he will receive from me a land. He will play his land. And he will pass the turn. I'm going to play my troops. And I'm not able to kill the Karn here, but I am able to make sure that if he wants that Wild Growth Walker, he has to kill his own Karn. He can tick up Karn here. Ritual of Soot. That pretty much takes him out of... Oh, he is just going to get rid of Karn and go get his Wild Growth Walker. We're going to get in there with troops. And is there any card that I really care about right now? The answer, no, not really. So we're going to pass the turn. Doom Whisperer. I'm going to see if I've got any creatures going on here. That's a good one. And another one. We're actually just going to move this guy right out of the way. Going to try to stay aggressive. He will pay 2 life in response. And he will put a Seeker Squire in his yard. And I will attack with troops, putting him down to 9. I mean, chances are he either has a Carnage Tyrant, another Doom Whisperer, or something that explores to go with the Wild Growth Walker that he has in his hand right over here. Opponent 6 mana, Wild Growth Walker. Ravenous Chupacabra on my Chupacabra. There's a good play. I'm just going to run out Vampire Sovereign. Does not seem to be a reason not to. Blocks his board, and he cannot do anything about it. Like I was saying, you know, his Carnage Tyrant here, if he happened to draw it, is fine. It's just not fine enough. I will outrace Carnage Tyrant. As long as he doesn't have anything that explores, we're okay. He's going to Vraska's Contempt, which is unfortunate. And he'll get in 4-3. Pass the turn. So I have a cast down now, which is very nice for me. So I'm going to find Broker back my Chupacabra. No, I'm not. I'm going to get this so I can go digging for more guys. And we will pass the turn. I now have the cast down to get rid of his Wild Growth Walker if he tries to explore. There's the Carnage Tyrant that I am not overly concerned with right now. In combat. I'm actually just going to, you know, proactively get rid of Wild Growth Walker. I don't want him gaining life. I'm too close to edging him out here. I'm going to play another Fine Broker. Fine Broker is going to get me Choops. I will Wild Branch Walker. Go exploring. Draw a Swamp. Play a Swamp. And we will pass the turn. His Carnage Tyrant now dies to double Golgari Fine Broker, and I get to keep one. And with the funny thing is with Memorial to Folly plus Golgari Fine Broker, you have infinite loop. Always fun. We also have Memorial to Unity that we're going to use to hopefully find another Vampire Sovereign. I mean, other than Walker, yeah, that's about it. He can go get his Wild Growth Walker. Yep, he can cast it. And that'll be it for him. So this is 3 to look at. All right, so we can Chupacabra the Wild Growth Walker. And we could pretty much just call it there. I mean, we don't need to do anything. Like I said, I do want another Vampire Sovereign, so we're going to take a look at as the top 5 cards. Yeah, it's pretty good. He'll play his Choops, which is just fine. On, probably Fine Broker. I mean, Fine Broker's the right play. He's going to hit the Branch Walker. Okay. I don't understand that play, but that's fine. And he has this. You can play this card too. This shoots down flyers. It's actually really good. Like right there, it grows to 9. So that would have taken out any flying creature in the game right now. Yeah. So then he fights. Choosing not to attack again. And we're going to go digging for our guys. I did not find really any of it, so we're going to get guy, and we're still going to go digging. We're in a graveyard. Play a Vine Mare. Land for the turn, and we'll pass. Swamp for our opponent. He also has Memorial to Folly. I'm surprised he's not using it on something important here. Oh. Yeah, he went and got the Doom guy. Do I have any way to kill that? I don't. It's unfortunate. Seeker's Choir. Let's try to find something good. Well, we'll put that in the yard. Need massive digs. No attacks. Here comes El Doom Whisperer. I don't know how we're gonna win, so we're just gonna keep casting Seeker Squires. Apparently, that's the game plan. It's a good plan if it works. Got to keep the cast down. He's gonna get in. Yeah, he's gonna get in a nice hit with the Doom Whisperer. That's fine. That'll take us down to 15. I'll be able to kill the Doom Whisperer. He's going to go to 6. He milled a swamp. When he found another Memorial to Folly. I'm not even going to give him a chance to do any bullshit. All right, what happens if I attack? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That doesn't quite kill him, and that puts us in a relatively bad position. His Carnage Tyrant takes out Vinemare. The two fine brokers block each other. He chumps a fine broker. He it's actually kind of a tough call. All right, so what does he do here? He blocks here. That's kind of a given. It's the only thing he could block with other than this, so he has to block here. Then logic will dictate he'll block here, 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 and here. So wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, is it worth it? How much does he crack back for? Well, not enough, right? He'll lose guys. Like the most he gets to hold on to is 10 power worth of guys. What will I lose? I will lose 1, 2, 3, 4 guys. Let's see what happens. If I draw Vampire Sovereign, I win. Yep, that's the only block he can make. All right, that is a good block for me because that means I get to hold on to one. Those two are going to trade. Those two are going to trade. That guy's going to get run over. That guy's going to get run over. He's going to go to 2. And I'm going to keep all but... Yeah, I keep a pretty good position here. Because now he cannot crack back. Even if he regrows the Doom Whisper, he can't do anything with it. It's just 6/6 flatter at that point, which, I mean, it doesn't suck, but... J-Light Ranger. Golgari Queen. And draws the land. Uh-huh. So he can Memorial to Folly his Chupacabra. And he can play Chupacabra on the Fine Broker, which will save his life because I won't be able to attack. But we're back to the stalemate. Which is fine. Fine, Mare. All right, opponent. What do you... You have to play a creature or you lose. Like, that's the situation we're in. You have to play a dude or kill one of my dudes. That's a dude. The bad thing here is he does get to gain 2 life by exiling my Fine Broker, which is really good. It's really, really good. Yep. So there goes the Fine Broker. He goes up to 4. I wish I had some of those. I actually own none. I should have. They're fucking phenomenal. Oh. Fine Broker. What does Fine Broker get us back? Fine Broker, you know what Fine Broker gets us back? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only have 7 mana. You know, Fine Broker gets us back Tubes. That's not bad. Tubes gets rid of Deathcore Scavenger if he does not attack. And it puts him in the position of losing unless he plays another creature or a removal spell. I mean, he has 2 cards in hand. I don't think they're both lands. Let's see what Branchwalker yields us. Another Chew. We'll keep that on the library. And we'll get rid of the Deathcore Scavenger. So now for combat, if I attack with everything, Carnage Tyrant will again take out Vindmare. He will probably bounce the Fine Brokers. He will Jade Light with... If he has... All right, again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's 6. If he has a removal spell... If he has a removal spell for a Fine Broker, that's still okay. I still get through for 4. He has to have 2 removal spells. This still puts him in a position where he can't crack back. Oh. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. You have the removal spell for the Fine Broker then. Yep, there's the cast down. All right, he's back at 2. He's back in the same situation he was. Carnage Tyrant number 2 does not save him. So now, even if that's a removal spell, it's not enough. Yeah, we got there. Got there. GG's from the opponent. All come against Planeswalkers and Carnage Tyrants and getting it. Up to 2-1. With the old, there's way too much shit on the battlefield, let's just start clearing it out strategy. Always a good strategy if it works. What are we rocking here? Seeker Squire, cast down. Double Vampire Sovereign. It's not great. I wish this was a forest, but you know, what are you going to do? And we're exploring. He could be playing one of like 5 different decks right now, so we're going to put that into the yard. We have a 2/3 attacker. Going with possibly Dimir, possibly not. Does he run Essence Scatter? If he does, he doesn't have it. He does have Fungal. You got me. And that's pretty much exactly what I was hoping to draw there. So on the Llanowar Elf. Looks like he will hold back a Fungus. Cast down on the Llanowar Elf. Very interesting play. We get an oops from the opponent. Another Vinemare. We need to move that to the yard. We do need lands. Disinformation campaign from the opponent. I'm going to get rid of Cast Down. I don't really need that right now. I'm not too concerned about creatures he may have. That is unfortunate. That is just not at all what we needed. I don't know. I don't know where we go from here. Disinformation campaign is, yeah. So he's going to discover. He'll draw a card. He'll get back Disinformation campaign. If he's smart, he'll just play the Disinformation campaign. And we are -1 Vampire Sovereign after that resolves. There's a land. That is fantastic. I'm going to run this out and get that Vampire Sovereign back. Puts him to 9. We're showing 8 on the table. Okay. That doesn't help him. And Vinemare is showing some bad stuff. He is going to Discovery. I hope you got what you wanted, opponent, because this is happening. We are minus one of those. And a land wins us the game. There it is. We did get there. And Vampire Sovereign to the house. Nice. And that's how we do it. Siege Rhino, Flying Siege. The Flying Siege Rhino, and with excuse me, with all commons and uncommons. Going to game 5 against Salsita. Yeah, this hand seems pretty stout. We're gonna run with it. He mulligans. Puts it on the bottom. And we're going to start our day with a Llanowar Elf. Yep, we're going to follow that up with a Branchwalker. Explore. We'll keep that on the library. I have no idea what he's playing, so there aren't too many decks that don't have any creatures. Some English teacher I am. All right, black-white vampires. And here comes the Branchwalker. He's going to get there. And Vinemare. Probably the thing he wanted to see the absolute least. If he plays a black guy, then it's going to stay. There it is. And if he plays a white guy, we would have cast down it. But that is not going to be good enough, and he's just going to scoop. He knows what's coming. He knows we have a cast. So that was easy. There we are. I can get with this. But there we are. We made our money back, and we're guaranteed a rare and 2 uncommons to add to our collection. I mean, there's not much more. I mean, if I told you that show up to F&M, get $5, and you know, if you get a certain amount of wins, that's completely obtainable. I'll give you your $5 back and a couple of rares to add to your collection. You do it every time. All right, where are we at? Yeah, so I go first. Something that comes in to play tapped. Next turn, a Branchwalker. We'll try to get aggressive. Yeah, this seems fun. Golgari Guildgate. Pass the turn. Opponent. Island. Okay. That kind of changes our game plan. The draw of Wild Growth Walker. He's going to get in for 1. He does not have the Curious Obsession, which pretty much drives this deck. Vampire Sovereign. Merfolk Branchwalker. Going to go exploring. Get the land. Grows our Wild Growth Walker. Play this. With that swamp over there, just so I know which one he knows we have. Put it down to 18. Curious Obsession, there it is. And he brings it in. Draws a card. He could protect it now. I mean, he's in a really, really good position. What makes our position equally as good is if he does not Essence Scatter this, he's going to lose the game. Okay, well, he forgot to Essence Scatter that. So, bringing it in for 4. And damage. Four mana. Opponent attacks. And we are going to do it. Oh, please make the play mistake. Okay. Sometimes they'll think that they can sack one to counter the spell or ability, but it doesn't work like that. It has to target a creature or the opponent. He'll return Wildgrowth Walker. Good play. Very good play. We're going to recast Wildgrowth Walker. I'm going to get in there with my Branch Walker to see if he blocks with Exclusive Mage, which he should. He should be okay trading. I'm also okay trading. And we will Seeker Squire. No Force Spike in this format. Growing Branch Walker. Choops. Choops is going to stay on top of the library. Okay. Opponent charts the course. And we'll run out a Llanowar Elf. Opponent shouldn't care about that. And we'll pass the turn. Mm-hmm. 6 lands for our opponent. He has to have Essence Scatter for Vampire Sovereign, and we have to keep that in mind. I will let both of these hit. I would like to see if he's willing to use dive downs to protect his guys. Try to get some dive downs out of his hand. There's one. And I'm perfectly okay with that. We are going to attack. Does he have an instant speed creature? He does have a Trickster. So that is going to resolve. Yeah, he's going to make it lose abilities, which doesn't really do anything. Move to block on the Llanowar Elf, which I am going to let happen. And again, we're going to see if he has dive downs or Essence Scatters or Wizard's Retort. That's just as good. I'm equally as okay with that. And he's going to opt, which puts us back. Oh, he kept it on top, which tells me it's either a big, dumb, stupid creature or it's Counterspell. And he's going to come in for 4. He's going to try to equal this out. I don't see it happening. There's the Tempest Djinn and all of its 7/4 glory. Another Vampire Sovereign is not bad. really need a land that comes into play untapped next turn. And that's what we have to gamble for. That's what we have to gamble for. Is a land that comes into play tapped or untapped. All right, let's see what happens. He has no land to make it bigger. He would have if he could have. We're going to see if he has a dive down or if he's willing to sacrifice one of his Siren Storm Tamers, which, I mean, he should just snap, just not care. No, he went for the dive down, which is fantastic. Does put me to 3. All right, that did not do it. And we have no outs, so we're going to concede that. We have at least one more game left. Let's take a look. I will be right back. All right, so maybe the last round. Guess we'll see what happens. Okay, I mean, this hand is entertaining. It's kind of mid-rangey. Ugh. Well, let's see what happens. Land go. Okay. Swamp. Wild Growth Walker. What do you think, opponent? Opponent seems okay with it. Yeah. Has another Secret Squire. Wild Growth Walker? I mean, no real reason to attack there. Nothing actually gets accomplished. Runs out Choops. Solid play. Get back Wild Growth Walker. Pass the turn. Journey to Eternity. That is overly solid. Another Chupacabra. Probably going to stay on top. Okay. Not actually sure what to do here, so we're just going to start running out dudes. in doubt, gain 6 life. Put some more power on the board. Yep. And I'm actually going to pass the turn because I'm scared of Ravenous Chupacabra with Journey on there. He'll take out a Wild Growth Walker. Yep. Before that gets out of control. Oh my goodness. Lands. All the lands. Yeah, library's good. Makes it bigger. Yeah, there's no reason to not attack here. So what's going to happen? He's going to block with his Chupacabra. Yeah, he's going to lose 2 guys. Yeah, he's going to lose 2 guys. I'm going to lose my guy. He's going to get this land back. Yep. So big exchange there. And, I mean, it puts us in a position where it's going to be really hard to break through that defense. So that's going to be entertaining. Sacrifice another creature, gain a life, draw a card. So he sacrifices this, gains a life, draws a card, and then, you know, shoots back. And he can block here. I mean, kind of at a stalemate. Not much can happen. And not much can happen. Not a lot of good is going to come from it, that's for sure. Byland Whirl. Yeah, that's not a removal spell. So this looks to be the last of it, but even so, like I said, we got all our money back. So we just played for free. And now we're just going to see what rare and 2 uncommons we get to add to the collection. And then we can decide, you know, do it again, make refinements to the deck. You know, do we want to, ooh, that's really good. You know, do we want to go more high end? You know, commons and uncommons have some good ramp spells. So do we want to play our ramp spells and go more high end with our creatures? You know, just bigger creatures. There's a lot of good common and uncommon, you know, just big guys. So we just play like dinosaurs. At this point, like I just can't attack unless it has 3 or better power, because otherwise he just fucking kills it, or the attack doesn't matter. Yep, he's going crazy. So he's gonna bring the noise. I mean, I get to kill all of them and lose nothing. But he'll sack something to gain life and draw a card. Yeah. And he will necrotic wound on my dude, which is okay. Basically, right now, I know what he's doing, and oh, necrotic wound removes from the game. That's okay. So I can't really loop that anymore. That's okay. We will Wild Growth Walker. We will Merfolk Branch Walker. And we will go exploring where we get that sexy land. That land, actually, not bad. Like, oddly enough, he's not doing anything to close the game out here. I mean, he's doing a lot of cutesy shit, but there's nothing. Yeah, put that on top there, and I mean, let's just. I mean, we can hold him back. We can hold him back because he doesn't actually do anything. But yeah, I mean, let's kill some guys. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on him. Mm-hmm. All right, so this block seemed okay, I guess. I mean, obviously that guy goes first. I mean, do we let him keep this guy? I mean, we can kill this guy and leave these two. I would rather kill two guys and make them work harder because I don't want this to come back and then, yeah. So we're gonna do it like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Stuff and things. Stuff just happened. Uh, I mean, let's get back Fine Broker. Let's cast Fine Broker, and we'll get back Memorial to Folly, and we'll cast Memorial to Folly. I mean, we got infinite lands here, no Banefire. I mean, what are you gonna do? Mm-hmm. Here comes Choops. Yep. I mean, let's get rid of this guy. Oh, we can't because he's a legend. Well, that's just damned unfortunate. Um, yeah, combat. I mean, there's really not much we can do here. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. So let's just resolve this. I'm gonna just, I guess, keep this loop going until we figure out something. I mean, again, I see no actual way to win. Um, like, I mean, part of me just wants to concede here, but yeah. So my one Fine Broker is going to hold down the fort. Yeah, I'm going to keep drawing lands. Mm-hmm. No attacks. Okay. That was a good time for him to reanimate his Thousand Eyes. Yeah. It's going to resolve, and he's going to bring with it a million guys. He's going to sack one of them to gain a life and draw a card. He'll probably do it again, because there's no fucking reason not to. Mm-hmm. Land. Now what, opponent? Get in for a bagillion? I mean, we can block. What fucking good does that do? Block. Block. Start eating his guys. Now I take 7. It'll be my turn. Oh, another cast down. Shit, yeah. Whatever. Rar. That's enough. We're just going to go ahead and scoop it up there. Like I said, there's no real way to win. All right, so again, got our money back in 3 cards. So this is the minimum, and this is the absolute bar minimum of what we can get, is some free games, some cards we may or may not use, and an Archifrazaka. That's actually playable. Like that's a really good rare to have. It's a rare land. I always hate wasting my rare wild cards on lands. I mean, just always meh. So yeah, there you go. That is just kind of a basic tutorial of how to get in there. So do it, and then you can right here direct challenge, just display name, and when you're both on, and we can both play each other with God knows what.